And my favorite topic, listings. Okay, listings. Talk to me, Ashton. Where are we finding leads now?
So what I would say, and just so I'm gonna skip expireds because I will talk about those till I'm blue in the face. But my other favorite one right now is the inventory that is most needed in your market is the single family home. And so that is such a great way to circle prospect. And it's also not a huge high pressure one because you're not necessarily competing with everyone as you are on expireds and for sale by owners. That is one of the best ways that I've seen people be able to pull business because you probably don't even have to hit the market with the listings that you're going to pull from this data. It's literally ones that you can call the buyers that we were just talking about in the previous topic that you can call and say, hey, I have these first time home buyer homes available for you. Before we get on the market, we want to see if something fits. The circle prospecting in the price ranges and just go to your average dollar price point in your area and then look at what is like one step below that because those are the people that are having the hardest time finding inventory. And if you can call the circle prospect neighborhoods, so you can do a subdivision search. This is also what I love doing. So absolutely get with me and I'd love to help. But you can find the subdivision and call around them, telling them how many buyers you have in the database, which again, you can filter by price points, or we can help you find how they're looking in the subdivisions. And then calling those listings as a circle prospect call, telling them how many buyers you have. 30,000, I've got 15,000, I've got 1,000 buyers looking in this range. And I'm hoping to find somebody that would entertain an offer off market to helping these people move forward. Now, it isn't quite a bait and switch because you guys could probably sell it off market. But in reality, when people want to make more money, what do? They're gonna list. So this is my favorite call right now. If you guys are not super high pressured, you don't want to jump into the expireds, do the circle prospect in the lower price points in your database. So then that way you guys can find the listings for the single family homes that were struggling so much on inventory. So that's my favorite one. Before I jump in expireds, to your neighborhood. Guys, wherever you live, you need to farm it. So circle prospect it. It should be people that you are hitting intentionally. You guys benefit if their equity grows. Like you should be defending the sales price in your neighborhood more than anyone else because you're going to profit off of anyone that sells at a great price. You also want to be the local expert, and there's no reason that in your neighborhood you shouldn't be your local expert. You should know every listing, you should know what the price points are, and you should understand who's in the neighborhood, what kind of demographics they are, so you know how to market to them in case you were ever going to sell your home. Just think of it selfishly, like, how am I going to benefit from this? So farm your neighborhood. It's an amazing way to be able to pull in listings, and neighbors naturally want to help us. So when you call and you let them know that you're a real estate agent and you're just calling to see if they would like to get a home value or know of anyone looking to make a move because you've got people that always ask about your area, it naturally helps the conversation move along because your neighbors there's a natural inclination to help us. So they want to help you. They're going to think about you and then keep in top of mind of them quarterly so that they remember that you're in real estate. So when they have friends and family buying, teach them how to send you that business. It's not always going to be a direct listing pull, but you guys should be the local expert. Get on the Nextdoor app, make sure that you guys are watching those posts on the social media for your local neighborhoods and be the person of choice there and just be helpful. It's going to come around. I promise it'll always turn into business for you. That being said, if you do go into, oh, go ahead. Sorry, was that somebody? No. Okay. Expireds. Gonna always be my favorite lead pull. The reason being is because they've already agreed that they want to hit the market and they went with an agent that unfortunately did not get them the results that they are looking for. This is why expireds to me are so helpful and so important for us to go after because one, they didn't know about you guys before you called them. So you can 100% change the trajectory of where they were going because you could change their results. Their results were not what they wanted. They didn't sell. So they're immediately disappointed. Expireds are the best way for you guys to get new business because they really do need help now. And especially in the last 2 years of the market and everywhere I see this. So if I'm speaking out of turn, I'm not sure where it would be. We had agents that listed properties too high and then totally set terrible expectations for these people. That's why everyone needs to start focusing on expireds and canceled because we have a bad reputation, right? As real estate agents, we need to change the reputation and help them understand that they can still succeed in the market. It just was the agent that they chose last time instead of us, and we can help them change their plan. So go after the expireds. It's still the highest conversion that I'm seeing on listings of cold calling. It's such a great way to do it. And then we do have database too. Emily, did you want to touch on that or? Did you have
Let's
anything
time
else?
out for 1 second because I know
Yeah.
that we're moving really fast, guys. So I know that this is
Sorry.
like came from a fire hydrant. Okay. So okay. So here's here's the cool thing about these few sources that she just talked about. There are 4 ways to communicate. You all have heard me say this 1,000 times, right? You can go voice to voice, face to face, digital, or print. So, with some of you, if you're like, I would never call an expired, I know who you are. I coach some of you, right? It's fine. I'm never going to make you do anything that you don't want to do, like that you're not willing to do, because that would just drive us both crazy, right? However, you can mail them. You can mail them a letter, right? Don't worry, I'll send you the letter templates and all of it, okay? Following this call. And yet there are 4 ways, right? You can, if you're like, hey, I love to go face to face. I am a shark. I want to go out and door knock them, right? Go door knock them and drop them off a packet. Like, who's doing that? No one, right? You can find them on social media and direct message them. Hey, do you happen to be the owner of 123 North Main Street by chance? Right? They're going to stalk you and see that you're in real estate. So it's your preference. You can email them. There are multiple ways to communicate. So just because you hear a source, I know sometimes we go, yeah, I don't want to do that. Well, what will you do based on those forms of communication? The other thing I loved that you said, Ashton, was what's the dire need in your market, right? Because essentially what we're doing is we're solving a problem, right? How many of you have had buyers this year that you cannot find inventory for? Raise your hand. Okay, almost every single person on this call. Cool. Okay. So we all have that problem. So what can we do to go solve the problem, right? It's mailing, it's calling. That's why I love the golden letters. If you don't want to circle prospect, send the golden letters. Jen, I can just see your face right here, but you've had a ton of success. Sorry to call you out, but I'm also not sorry because you've had a ton of success sending out letters. You've got multi-million-dollar listings. A letter, right? And that's all it was. It was not a come list me. You can ask her. It's not a come list me. It's a what's your offer? And then, you show up and you walk through it and you provide value. And then we select the options, right? What are the options? Is it going to work for this client? Yes or no? Okay, you still want to sell. Do I want to keep it as a pocket listing and sell off market? Or do we want to maximize the most amount of money? Because it's always one of 2 things. It's convenience. You might want to write this down. It's convenience or it's money. I want to make the most amount of money in the least amount of time with the least amount of hassle. That is open market. That is listing, going live on the MLS. If it's convenience of terms and time. Terms and time. You get this a lot with the boomers in the market today. Okay. And I know you all are experiencing this. And so that's where what can we do to off market listing, right? Sign that authorization to show, get it in front of our database. And that's a reason to call your database as well. So you see how this kind of all loops in together. When we have those properties, we can then call the leads in the database and go, hey, I have a couple off markets. Didn't know if you were still in the market of selling or of buying. Sorry, guys, I prefer sellers. But so I love that those 2 things are huge. We are in an expired market. You all will see more expireds. And Ashton, you said that there was a lack, like they set wrong expectations. I would say they set no expectations.
Okay, fair.
They set no expectations. Y'all know if you compete, right, with those people, or they want to go for sell by owner or all the things, which for sell by owners, it's the same thing. It's the same conversation. Choose how you want to communicate with them, face to face, voice to voice, digital or print, and then do that. Do not do it one and done. Okay. It's not a one and done. It's a consistent effort. Choose your 8x8 campaign. I'm going to do 8 touches over the 8 weeks. And this is my preferred method of communication to this person.
And one thing too is like, I love that you're saying solve the problems in it, because we really shouldn't ever have to leave our database. Like if we just focused on one person and what they needed or where they were going, you could focus on just getting that listing done. And especially as your guys' databases continue to grow, which I know is a huge focus, you're just adding those solutions that need to happen in there. So you have to have good conversations with people, fully understand what they're looking for, and you could just focus on that. How do I find that house? Or how do I find that buyer? We get so complicated instead of realizing it's just one transaction at a time. Just focus on one person and help them move forward, and then you'll be able to continue doing it. But yeah, expireds, guys, I know not everyone loves them, but one, I promise they're not mean. They need help. And then two, in a lot of the markets that I'm in, some of them giant metropolitan areas, there is only like I'm the only person calling sometimes, as in like I don't compete on the phone. And so I tell you guys that because I think so many people think that some markets are getting 8 to 10 agents on the phone. If listings are holding right now, guess who stopped lead generating? Listing agents, because they got scared that they're going to pull listings and they're worried about grabbing more inventory and it not selling. So it's a huge opportunity for you to get really good at your skills and focus on that source so that you can reap the benefits, because next year is going to be a totally different year in the market. Listings are still king. You want to take them now. So get in front of these people now, however you want to do it. And I love, yeah, you can do it social media, flyers, however you want to do it. Just get in touch with these people. They need our help for sure.